Hey, how you guys doing? Okay, I'm George with the sheriff's office. Put your hands on the hood. Do me a favor. Step out for me, ma'am. Go ahead, take your seatbelt off.
Very thin. You could see all the bones on his forearms. You could see both forearm bones. Everything, all of his bones were out. The collar bones. There was really no. It looked like there was no fat on him whatsoever at all.
While authorities have not named the victim in this case, based on my research and review of his parents' social media, persons refer to him as LJ, so it is my assumption that his name is LJ Massaquoi Jr. In late 2024, the Qwentosha Massaquoi household came under scrutiny. 47-year-old LJ Massaquoi and his wife, 46-year-old Qwentosha, lived in Lehigh Acres, Florida with their two sons, 12-year-old LJ and his 9-year-old brother. The children were reportedly homeschooled, and neighbors described the family as very private. In fact, LJ lived almost exclusively indoors in the months prior to his passing. Earlier in the fall of 2024, Qwentosha first noticed that her son was losing weight. She later told investigators she attributed this slimming to a puberty growth spurt, believing he would, quote, fill back out naturally. Over the next weeks, however, the boy developed serious symptoms: persistent regurgitation, constipation, a distended abdomen, and extreme thirst. And to make matters worse, he stopped eating. Despite these warning signs, the parents did not seek medical care. Both LJ and Qwentosha told deputies that taking the boy to a hospital or doctor was against their religious beliefs. Investigators later noted that Qwentosha herself had received a blood transfusion for dental surgery in May 2025, a fact that cast doubt on the sincerity of the family's professed aversion to medical treatment. On the morning of January 27, 2025, at roughly 7:36 a.m., deputies were dispatched to the Massaquoi residence in response to a 911 call. LJ had phoned emergency services, telling dispatchers his son was weak and unresponsive. First responders arrived within minutes to find the 12-year-old unresponsive on the floor indeed. He was described as severely malnourished and dehydrated. In fact, he was only wearing a diaper when found, and he showed clear signs of starvation. Emergency medical technicians immediately began CPR, but the boy could not be revived. Sadly, LJ was pronounced gone at the scene shortly before 8 a.m. A post-mortem examination painted an alarming picture. The medical examiner reported the boy had obvious signs of malnourishment and was severely dehydrated and extremely emaciated. In layman's terms, he was little more than skin and bones. All of his skeletal structure was visible beneath his skin. The examiner concluded that the passing was not due to natural causes but was a homicide. Specifically, it was caused by the failure to provide necessary medical care. In other words, by law, LJ's passing was treated as a criminal act because his caregivers let a treatable illness go untreated. Over the following months, the county sheriff's detectives dug into the family's activities and communications. They obtained search warrants for the parents' electronic devices and found disturbing evidence of ongoing neglect. For example, the phones contained months of Google searches related to the boy's illness. These queries dated back to late 2024 and included terms like, quote, unexplained weight loss, distended abdomen, excessive thirst, and even life insurance needs calculator. Shockingly, one parent had searched online what to do when a child passes and what to do when a person passes in Florida without the word passes, the uncensored word, just 10 minutes prior to the 911 call. Even more concerning were video recordings found on one of the parents' phones. In these clips, Lewis can be heard taunting LJ about his thirst and denying him water. In one recording, the father mockingly says things like, "Oh, you're thirsty? You always want water," and actually snatches a water bottle away as the child pleads for a drink. Another video shows the father poking at LJ with a stick while making fun of him for wearing a diaper. Both parents appeared on camera, and investigators concluded that they were maliciously torturing, punishing, and mistreating the boy. These videos also show that just months earlier, around October 2024, LJ had appeared to be in good health. His decline was rapid. Footage from late 2024 depicted him with normal color and weight, whereas by late January he was visibly gaunt and pale. Investigators also examined the condition of the Massaquoi home. They reported that the house was generally clean and well stocked, and common areas were well kept. Food and drinks were also available in the kitchen and throughout the home. This detail highlighted that LJ's malnutrition was not due to poverty or lack of supplies, but was the result of intentional deprivation. The family's stated reasons for not seeking help, mainly religious, seemed increasingly dubious to authorities.
They were searching for symptoms and treatments to various medical conditions that this child may have had. And again, they failed to go through with getting treatment for their child. The day that we were called out to the home for this medical assistance, they were actually searching child as well. And that raised a lot of alarm bells for our detectives.
The sheriff's office says no concerning items were found in the child's room.
By June 18th, the Lee County Sheriff's Office had gathered sufficient evidence to make arrests. On that day, deputies took Lewis and Qwentosha into custody. The couple was booked into the Lee County Jail and charged with aggravated manslaughter and aggravated child abuse in the passing of their son. In the official arrest report, deputies noted that the parents had admitted to knowing their son was sick but still refused to obtain medical care.
Hey, how you guys doing? Okay, I'm George with the sheriff's office. Put your hands on the hood. Do me a favor. Step out for me, ma'am. Go ahead, take your seatbelt off. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, put the car in park. You got nothing on you, no weapons or anything like that. You can step out. What's your first name?
Qwentosha.
Qwentosha, and your last name?
Massaquoi.
Okay.
I got the booking report from LCSO, which says the child felt sick over the past few days and 911 was called on January 27th.
After the arrest, the Massaquois remained in custody without bond. If convicted, we should say when convicted, each faces decades in prison under Florida's aggravated manslaughter and child ab statutes.
Else happened. Amanda, the state left with a win in this pretrial detention motion. That means that Lewis and Qwentosha Massaquoi will stay locked up leading up to their trial and cannot go home. The judge ruled, given the evidence, there are no conditions of release that would adequately protect the community, not a GPS monitor or anything else. Before the judge ruled on no release, the state brought in two witnesses. One, an LCSO deputy who is responsible for the investigation into the Massaquoi. He explained the horrifying details. The parents refused to take their son, Lewis Jr., to the hospital because of their religious beliefs. Despite that, the boy's younger brother and mother had both previously gotten medical treatment. The detective explained what the medical examiner found during the child's autopsy.
He was emaciated, very thin. You could see all the bones on his forearms. You could see both forearm bones, everything, all of his bones were out, the collar bones. There was really no, it looked like there was no fat on him whatsoever at all.
This case has shocked the local community. Neighbors reported seeing a heavy police presence when deputies carried out the arrest. Friends and relatives of LJ, a young boy remembered as quiet and gentle, have been left reeling from the loss of a life ended so senselessly. May the family and friends of LJ Massaquoi find solace in the happy memories, and may his soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.